Hi everyone, good morning, and we're going to talk about the importance of the sun. The sun is important to every animal and everything, including us, of course, on the planet. There would be no life without this magnificent star of ours. This is a Jackson chameleon. They grow on the creek here in Hawaii, and I'm studying this very bizarre and interesting creature. It, of course, is a reptile, and reptiles need the sun just to stay warm because their bodies are cold-blooded. Now, the sun is really important to us for many things, but one of the things is to be able to gain minerals, vitamins, particles, whatever you want to call it, D3, all these different things that the sun gives life to, all life. Now, it's very interesting to notice that if you really immerse yourself in nature, you'll see that everything needs the sun. And the more sun that we get in the summer months here in Hawaii, everything just grows better. And right now it's December, so the sun is at an angle. And it's not really growing everything like it does when the sun, of course, is way stronger. So the sun is important for all of us. We go inside houses, offices, cars, all these things, sunglasses that shield us from the sun. The sun, as we've heard, is very, well, to some people, is very damaging. But it's not. If your skin is clean, the sun will bathe you in its glory. If your skin is dirty, if you've got creatures that live on your skin, then that's why you burn. So learning the skin rejuvenation and detox procedures and protocols are very simple and very essential if you want to go out in the sun. Now, this is a great experiment for you to do. You clean your skin with our vodka recipe solution, using the magnesium, the coconut oil, and really learning these simple techniques. And you will never burn again. Okay? Your body will just it'll get tanned. Your body will absorb the sun. Okay? And health comes from when you're in the sun. Remember, the reptile needs the sun because it's cold-blooded. Now, just to go and understand about cold-blooded parasites. Okay? They're the same. They're reptilian in nature, they're cold-blooded, and they use us as a heater. Okay? As I'm in the sun right now, when a parasite's inside my body, it doesn't want to leave. Why? Because it's in a nice warm body. So when you really understand that parasites are pretty much energy vampires, you'd want to get not rid of the parasites, but you'd want to figure out how to push them out of you nicely. Remember, everything wants to live, even this weird, bizarre animal. And if you look at it, it's got two sets of individual eyes, meaning that we look and our eyes look in the same direction, but it can look in different directions at the same time. And it moves its eye all over the place, and it's such an interesting animal. As, of course, if somebody's looking at us, well, I think we're pretty interesting too. So, once you learn the skin rejuvenation pore techniques, you'll find out that the sun is your friend. It will regenerate you, your skin will become tighter, it's not going to get wrinklier because you're going to wipe off all the things that live in your skin, in your pores. Yeast, mold, fungus, candida, it all lives on the skin too. It lives under the skin. Lots of different types of toxicities live on our skin just from touching anything. It's got chemicals on it, toxicity on it. Okay, from detergents, this is why you want to change your detergents. You want to really clean up your household. And if you don't want to really clean up your diet too much, well, there's lots of things to do to upgrade yourself without even changing a thing in your diet. Once you see the fantastic results you get from skin cleaning, you'll find out that the rest of the information will be very palatable and you'll want to do it. Why? Because this changed your life massively. So doing the protocol, also getting on a plant-based diet, is very essential, at least for 6 months. So you could, if you want to, you can go back to feeding the cold-blooded parasites inside your body. Or do you like yourself better the way you are now? Removing toxicity is very important. Rejuvenating your tissues, rejuvenating your nervous system, rejuvenating your gut wall bacteria, rejuvenating your mind. These are all pieces of terrain modification. You want to learn a lot of different, very cutting-edge ideas, concepts, and disciplines, come to Earther Academy and study with us. Remember, this is a work in progress. A lot of this information is just what I've done to help rejuvenate myself, because I had a massive injury, and I was injured in many ways, mentally, emotionally, physically. Couldn't even walk well for 3 years. Put my socks on. Honey, can you put my socks on? Okay, so that's just physical injury. We all accumulate toxicity. We accumulate emotional baggage. We think we know a lot about things, but most of the things we've only been told. We really don't even know if they're right or not. Like your history. If you look back at history or his story, you can look and see it's a definite case history of an insanity profile that you'd really only see if you came from another planet, or you just sort of just study the news and watch what's going on in the world. So taking out a lot of the toxicity just gives you clarity of the mind. Taking out a lot of these cold-blooded parasites, everything wants to live. That's why I'm putting this symbology in your head. Everything wants to live, even the 20-foot tapeworm that you may have in your stomach. If you eat flesh, most likely got a variety of visual parasites from your mouth to your anus. I had probably about 50 varieties. I'm not sure what a lot of them were called, but some of them were the rope parasite that has 5 stages, nematodes, all different types of small little hairworms, thousands of those, to a variety of weird things that come out of your intestinal tract that you had no idea that these guys were hiding in there. Remember, these are cold-blooded energy vampires. They use our body to sustain heat. Okay? They use our bodies because we feed them, because they're very powerful. The reptilian genetics has a telepathic mind. If you look up the reptilian brain, you'll go ahead and see that's our first brain to form in our multi-layered mind. The second is mammalian. Okay, we also have amphibian. You breathe in mama's womb. Okay, and you also have bird, hematite. Bird is what we call the magnetic brain. So we're all encased in a non-activated human body. And we've picked up, when we lose our energy profile, we've picked up these critters. Remember, everything wants to live. It doesn't even know what it is. Well, maybe a parasite doesn't either, but it just wants to live. Once you've activated these critters inside your system, now think of having 20 of these inside your body that died at the same time. That wouldn't be smart, okay? Every parasite is flesh. Every parasite that eats poops in your body. Every parasite that poops in your body has a host of different parasites that they brought along to eat the poop. So it's a pretty genius chain of garbage disposals. So if you quit feeding your body the garbage, okay, you stop being a garbage disposal. The average human eats 25 tons of food a year. In a lifetime. That's ridiculous. That's called a garbage dump. And you can see what happens to the people. They've got tons of these guys inside them. These are cold-blooded, remember, energy vampires. They take your energy, but once they become very numerous, yeast, mold, and fungus, candida, there's billions of them in people that eat sugar and processed foods. They control your mind. Once they control your mind, then you need to understand the psychology and understandings behind this very strong spell. It's the same similar spell as a dog that smells, as they say, a bitch in heat, a female dog. They have no choice but to follow the pheromones. We have no choice to feed them because they're connected inside our hunger centers. They're connected inside our mental centers. They're connected inside our emotional bodies. Yes, they are. And of course, they're connected inside your physical body. So that's the reason why maybe you don't like to do a lot of things physically, is because your energy vampires inside don't like that energy band. They live in the lower energy bands. And the lower energy bands are, well, just like they say, they're lower, they're slower. They're he's trying to crawl in the shade right now because he's got too much sun. Why? It's because his body can't regulate heat. So guess what the parasites do inside us? He has to run in the shade. He doesn't sweat either. So we sweat, and we have a very smart homeostasis system. They get inside us, okay? And then what they do is they change our system to their liking. And that's why a lot of people don't like who they are at this time. I love myself, and that's really nice to be able to say. Why? It's because my consciousness, my awareness has changed so much since I've removed billions of these, some visual parasites and some microscopic or non-visual, unless you see a microscope, parasites. We pick these up, remember, just because the world is what it is. And if your body really gets a lot of toxicity, then you have the chance to really pick up any critter that you come into contact with, that your body has the vibration that is harmonious to theirs. They jump right inside us. So the key to, unlocking the door to health is really just raising your vibration up away from their liking. Instead of them being in numerous copious amounts in the body and the mind. There's mind parasites, okay, there's all different types. They are controlling us because why? Because they're in power, because there's more of them than there are of us, at least connected all together inside ourselves. Our cells, we have 100 trillion cells inside our body, and once we start connecting our cells with the other cells, then you get more power, you get more resonance, you get more vitality, you get more insight, you get to become more human. Once you lose your power to these guys, then you don't like yourself, you're depressed, you're obese, you have different sicknesses, diabetes, cancer is possibly a cold-blooded reptilian parasite. In my book, of course it is. They only live, remember, because of toxicity, and or because the body's dry, and or because the body's demineralized, and or because the skin's plugged, and or because of a lot of different things. That's what the terrain modification is about. Understanding the problem, seeing the reaction in not only yourself, but in others, and having simple solutions to upgrade and optimize as many things as you can do in your life. And as you optimize, you know what happens. Awareness just comes. Awareness comes by changing your ways to a more supernatural lifestyle. To really be connected in nature is not a beautiful feeling, is essentially who we are. We are nature. We've lost our way as a species, as you can see, because the synthetic convenient world has sort of taken our souls in a certain way, and you can take your power back from them. So study and practice the terrain modification protocols. We have most of the products that you'll need on Earthshift Products. Okay, this is our family company that, well, they let me be able to give this to you. We sell everything at a super discount. Okay, trying to put everything under one roof for you. Super specials every week. Okay, free shipping promotions. All these things that you got to buy pots and pans. We picked and chose the German Healthy Legends. Why? Because they work beautiful. And how much do we sell them for? Cheaper than anybody does. Especially with all the different things under one roof that you can optimize your world. Like I said, you don't have to change your diet right away, but you can upgrade your household. You can upgrade your toothpaste, your underarm deodorant. You can upgrade a lot of things that have to do with toxicity. You have a shower dechlorinator, and then which one you're going to buy. Okay, these are all pieces that are figured out for you, because it's very confusing to upgrade your life, because everybody's trying to sell a lot of things. And all diamonds aren't the same, as I say. All cars aren't the same. All dogs aren't the same. And all products aren't either. Please don't throw the bags out that you get from Earthshift because they're food grade. They're a lot better than the plastic baggies that we buy at the store. And if you do use those, make sure you wash them out. This is part of the booby trap department that we share about a lot of things that you just upgrade from synthetic tampons. You're using those still, then use at least organic ones. And one of the biggest pictures here, like I said, is to understand these guys. And once you do, you're not going to kill anything that lives inside you. You're just going to terrain modify it. As I say, love it out of you and you will love yourself. Because if you try to kill what's inside you, these parasites are actually very smart. They've taken a part of our DNA and they've transformed it into theirs, and that's why we can't see them. And don't even notice when we take our clothes off in the mirror if we're 50 pounds overweight or 10 pounds or 100 pounds. That's a parasite. So you can see people walking around. If they all knew that fat is a parasite, a creature, and it demands processed sugary foods, and it demands for your skin to be plugged, it demands for you to be toxic. The secondary and tertiary symptoms of all these accumulations is depression, sickness, laziness, fogginess of the head, headaches, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome. I hear all the time that, and especially a lot of people that come up to our Terrain Modification Academy up here in Hawaii, where I'm speaking right now, a lot of people tell me they go to the bathroom once a week, and if they don't use an enema, or sometimes it's every 3 days, they can't go to the bathroom. It's because they've got so much irritation in their intestinal wall. Okay, so we've got several protocols for you to follow just to clean yourself up. Enough to really, if you want to take the challenge, we hold about 8 people at our beautiful, we call it a health adventure vacation, because that's what you're going to do. You're coming up to a healthy adventure. You're going to go travel around the island, see some different sites, and you're going to life change yourself. You're going to go on to the supernatural movement. But you first got to clean out the garbage dump. Got to clean the sewage pit out. Okay, so these IV protocols that we do massively help support take out toxicity and help and support with rejuvenation, because once you get toxicity out of your system, your body can start to function again, starts to feel happy. It wants to maybe run around like a gazelle instead of crawl around like a big, a big sow. So we've got these different layers all ready for you to play and optimize your world. Also go to earthshiftproject.com, and that's our lifestyle makeover community. It's a worldwide community, thousands of people, and they trade ideas, disciplines. Everybody's on the same program, and that's just to live as natural as you can. That's why we call, again, this the supernatural lifestyle. Give it a try. I guarantee you, and that's a hard word to say, that you will feel better than you ever have, and it's logic. You're going to remineralize yourself, you're going to rid yourself of billions of pathogens inside your body, and tons on your skin, opening up the pores, and really making a difference in different parts of you that are essential for you to have wellness and health. Now, one last thing before we sign off. Wow, the sun is beautiful. The importance of the sun again. Clean your skin, get out in the sun, watch our sun gazing series where you don't ever look at the sun and you let the sun tune you every day, just a little bit. This helps keep you in tune with whatever the sun's doing. And the sun right now is in solar maximum. It's a very important time right now. If you don't know what that is, well, watch spaceweather.com every day and or look at solar maximum. It happens every 11.2 years, and we're going through, as you can see, a lot of change. I don't care if it's weather, I don't care if it's people, I don't care if it's government, I don't care if it's money. It's a lot of change. So change yourself and upgrade yourself. Don't worry about the rest of the world. You can't change that. You can't change the people that are spraying the skies with chemtrails. You can't change the HARP. You can't change the fluoride they put in your water, or the certain foods and sodas and stuff that are just toxic as you can't believe. Just don't buy them. Negotiate it. Your life is to negotiate as much as you can, and share these ideas with your friends. I've been doing this as my day job for a long time. Okay, this has been my day job since about 35 years ago, when I became a doctor of chiropractic and started out wanting to help people, but found out you really can't help anybody unless they want to help themselves. And once you're sick, like I said, it's not that you can't help yourself. It's just that it's better to help yourself when you're not so sick, because now you're not going to backpedal all those medications that you took and all the different things that realistically you tried to get better. Now you're searching for another avenue that makes sense. Holistic science is taking nature back to your world. So, okay, we'll see you next time. Say goodbye to Henry. He's a male. You can see he's a miniature triceratops, and he's got a 12-inch tongue. Let me tell you, you should see him eat crickets. Okay, there we go. And it's the same thing, like I said. You should see how your parasites control you to be able to feed them. So next time you're hungry, notice that it's not most likely you, it's what lives inside you. We talk about this a lot on Earther Academy. Psychology and understanding is more important than the techniques. Once you understand, then the techniques you want to learn and practice. If not, you're not even understanding why you're doing what you're doing. So we know as professional students, I'm a professional student. I know what it takes for others to be able to really get excited, and that's basically, getting the psychology behind everything, like the symbology of these guys. Okay, aloha, and we'll see you next time.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.